morning, everyone. You got the Aired Out podcast from Fly on the Wall Productions. Live on Facebook and YouTube. We're streamed everywhere you get your podcasts. On the web at airedoutVT.com. Want to tell you the latest from Roger Hill this morning. We're looking at a few flurries that will be kind of drying up. Otherwise, we got some sunshine today, mid-20s to around 30. Tonight, some scattered clouds, some flurries down into the upper teens. So says Roger now. I thought it was supposed to be a little warmer than that, but apparently not. It's going to be a little chilly. And looks like tomorrow, Thursday, pick of the week, sunshine, high clouds, upper 30s. Looking ahead to Friday, a lot milder with a chance for some rain showers mixed in with some wet snowflakes as we approach the weekend. A little milder on Saturday, 35. Kind of the same story on Sunday, but cloudy. National Chocolate Day today, Raylene, which is nice.
Yeah.
Didn't get any chocolates.
Well, because I didn't show that it was National Chocolate Day. I have a total different national day than you.
What are you showing?
Which happens quite often in our world.
Sure it does.
Hold on a second. I'll tell you. I posted it this morning. It's Electronic Greeting Day is what I have. November 29th is Electronic Greeting Day.
Nice. I see that.
You know what other day it is?
There's so many national days.
No, but today is a special Vermont Day.
What's that?
A Barrie, Vermont Day.
What's that?
It's Ladies' Day
at
Vermont Quick Lube and Car Wash in South Barrie.
Yes.
All the ladies can go over, get lubed up.
Yep.
Smile from the guys.
Oh, they'll be
You're
smiling all day.
You're going to get a flower as a thank you for being absolutely amazing. And then they're going to put you through the car wash.
And clean you up.
Yep. Clean you up.
Afterwards. Right.
Yep.
Oh, my God.
Lube you up,
That's
clean you up.
Nothing better.
They're amazing guys over there.
We love them.
Ladies' Day.
Gianni Bedeau on the birthday list today.
Happy birthday.
He's 57 years old.
He down like a day over 40.
God.
That's Gigi.
Yeah.
I love that guy.
57. Flo Smith is 59.
Yeah, no.
Paulette Rose is 48. Hillary Scott is on the list today.
Yes, I saw that. She's 40, right?
Raylene, you said it.
There was big balloon. I know, but I think it's okay. She posted like pictures of the big 4-0 thing. Some of us aren't. She's beautiful, and she knows that. Some of us don't really give a shit about that whole age thing. Yeah. Some people do. I understand. But, like, you're the one that gets all weirded out by it.
I don't get weirded out. I've had my ass handed to me by women when I've said their age on the air.
It's
so
the
some
way
women really
you say
don't want it, and some don't give a damn.
Yeah.
Like you.
Yeah. I don't think Hillary does either.
William Herbert III is 48 today. Jason Clough, I think, 46. Paul Grant is on the list. Donna Robinson is 62 today. And Jeffrey, is it Verge? Virge? Verge?
Yes.
I think so.
Yes.
59.
You know who that is.
No, I don't.
All right, whatever.
Do I know Jeffrey?
Yes, you do. He's
Really?
a cook at the Wayside for forever and a day.
Oh, God.
You know his wife. She's the one that
Yes.
bakes and does
Thank
all
you.
of that. And good Lord.
Thank you. Yes, I do. I want to also give a shout out to the Capitol Showplace Theater in Montpelier. Of course, they are wide open now. Thank God. We've been waiting for that for the longest time, and that is just wonderful news. The Hunger Games is playing. Wish, Napoleon, Next Goal Wins, and The Holdovers. And if you get to the Paramount Twin in Barrie, it's The Shift and Trolls Band together. We have with us in the studio a very special guest. And, when Donna Thunder, Raylene, you know this, when she comes on the air, we don't know what's going to be said. We don't know what's going to happen.
No. You no longer are in control of the wheels on the bus.
Absolutely. Clothing could be removed. There could be some kissing, some loving on the sides. We don't know.
You never know.
Never know. I mean, look at Donna. You barefoot already.
Yeah,
She's
true.
barefoot.
I know. I saw her. I saw it. I have wool socks and slippers on. Donna's barefoot.
I have seen Donna Thunder's bare feet more than I have seen her with shoes on. And I'm talking like over 20 years time. Really. I mean, when she gets her nails done, I know about it before anyone else.
Yeah.
This is not going well, is it? Good morning, honey. How are you?
Good.
Jesus.
Good to see you.
I gotta say, man, I'm not sure how old you are, but you look stunning.
Well, thank you.
You just
Thank you.
always look stunning.
January. You ready? Drum roll.
Here we go. I got my bell ready.
You gotta get this ready.
January's like tomorrow. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
What are we?
71.
Damn.
Can you believe that?
That's.
I can't believe that.
Look at all you're doing.
Yeah.
Last weekend, I said, Chris, let's go for a ride. So we went down towards Rutland. I saw the news the night before, and I said, the World Cup races are going on
Yeah.
for skiing.
Yeah.
So they were blocking people off. I said, oh, Chris, just go by that cone. Just go up. Just pretend you're somebody. So we drove by the cone, and we get to the top parking lot. And then we got to get from this mountain to that mountain. I said, come on, Chris, let's go. And so we went around this building, went down, and we sidestepped up the side of the mountain. Skiers are coming down, and we get into this cluster of birch trees that were just glittering with glass ice. And we were at this mountain watching the World Cup ski races.
That's
Who
awesome.
gets to do that?
Yeah.
Now, the thing of it is, I just had my little red shoes and no socks on.
Oh, my
Oh
no,
gosh.
no.
Yes. No.
Up on Killington?
Up on Killington. But it was just magical to see 30,000 people
Yeah.
there for the World Cup. So
So
a typical day.
Now, hang on a
Good
second.
gracious.
You weren't skiing, were you?
No, but I wanted to. But right now I have to get a knee fix before I can try that. I really want to try snowboarding.
Are
Oh,
you
yes.
kidding me?
No, I'm serious.
Here's a shot of you and Chris up there on Killington. I'm sharing pictures.
Oh, you've got that.
Yeah, I'm sharing them right now. Shots that you sent to me privately are
Oh.
now public.
Okay,
Oh,
careful of the
gosh.
fifth one down.
Right.
Is that the topless one where you going off the jump?
Bottomless, no shoes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. The thing about you, Donna, is you know how to have fun. I mean, you just do. You absolutely refuse to let any shit accumulate on your soul. You just shake it off, and you know how to live life. I mean, look at you.
80%. Have you ever heard of Pareto's principle? It's the only thing I can remember from one of my college classes. 80% of your day goes through just phenomenally. 80% of work goes through. But it's that 20% that we keep going back to try and change
Yeah.
that can bring me misery.
Yeah.
And my motto is to try and have joy in spite of my misery.
Yeah.
And I would say I'm successful 80% of the time. I have misery just like everybody else.
Yeah. I know.
I hate being miserable.
You know, there's something about you. There's this aura about you that you bring a vibe, you bring an energy to wherever you are. And frankly, Raylene, it doesn't matter whether she's on the stage or off the stage.
No, I know.
She's a ticket.
She is.
We're
We're lucky.
Thank you.
I sent you
Thank you.
I sent you a text a few days ago, and I was going to talk about this yesterday on the air. And I haven't even told Raylene about this, but I sent you a text. And here's the text here. I'm reading it. Quote: I'm cruising at 90 through the sunny Shenandoah Valley on I-81 with honky tonk heroes as loud as it will go. and wishing you were here. You popped into my mind. When you're down there in the battlegrounds, in the Shenandoah Valley, where it's just so picturesque, so beautiful, so country, and just looking out over at the Appalachian Mountains on the left, the Blue Ridge Mountains on the right, and listening to just great country music like that, and listening to, Merle Haggard, and it made me think of you. I'm like, man, this is like, I should, no disrespect to Sherilyn because she loves it too, but I was like, man, if I could do this with Donna Thunder, that would, in a convertible, that would be it right there.
Yeah, gotta have a convertible.
Yes.
There's something about that music, and you've done Honky Tonk Heroes. There's something about that music that's just, it's like pure Americana. It's who we all are.
For me, it's like, in my heyday, some of the songs, like If I Was a Drinking Woman,
Yeah.
A lot of the experiences I didn't have, even though I did drink, because I was too afraid. I was raised in a very Catholic-based family.
Yeah.
And we didn't do things like sneaking out on a Friday night till 11 was like cardinal sin in my house.
Right.
You had to do penance for that.
Oh my God.
We didn't do it because we didn't want to. We did it because we were going to
dare.
You didn't
Sure.
dare.
Yeah.
We get a lightning bolt, and you're going to fry right there, and you're going to
Sure.
die in the guy's bed.
Right. Oh my God, that's so funny.
So that too came with when I came to have my own idea of what spirituality was.
Yeah.
I had every stinking church down around the park, except for the Baptists, and I don't know why. They're still on my to-do list. But when my son was little, I was trying to find something for him that I couldn't find for myself.
Yeah.
If I can't find it, I got to give it to Travis,
Yeah.
And so I take his little hand, and here we go. And
Into this church and
you're
that.
going to
church
be in the
and-
choir this time.
Jeez.
And he was the one up there. He was a single kid, so put him on stage with 20 other kids, and he was just...
Yeah.
Your son Travis. First of all, man, it's like none of us are perfect parents, but man, you are such a kick-ass mom. Still to this day,
Oh, thank you.
He is so lucky to have you.
Thank
I don't think I've ever met Travis. Have you, Raylene?
Oh yeah.
You have.
Yes.
I don't think I've ever met him. I've always wanted to.
We'll
Nice
have to...
guy.
Shy old fella, though.
Funny.
Funny?
Funny. Oh,
Can he
my-
get inappropriate sometimes?
Oh.
Like you?
Worse.
Good.
Oh, you should have... I've been trying to get him to
would
do a...
he would he come on with us?
I would send a message to him yourself. He's not going to do it because I want him to do it.
Right.
But I think he really has a gift.
Yeah.
And if you got him on a good day, man, there is nobody funnier that I ever have known.
Well, I gotta
Naughty
say,
but
man,
funny.
It's I got to say, in all seriousness, if some real heavy shit were to hit the fan with Lily, I would probably look to you for some inspiration and some
Sorry.
some help and some encouragement, because you have been through the ringer with a horrific accident that your son Travis sustained, and I don't even know how you talk about it, but you have a photo right there in front of you that I would love for you to share with our viewers, and to tell the story of what happened.
Don't know how to shut that off. So, it's the past, but it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
The ramifications of that day
Yeah.
still has a ripple effect on his immediate family and out through the rest of his life. We're not just talking a recovery period.
Yeah.
And people don't understand because you look one way. Like with me, people don't understand. They think that Travis, my own son, I don't wake up every morning skippity-doo-dah day like you, Mom. I said, you think I wake up every morning skippity-doo-dah day?
Mm-hmm.
It's more work to be happy than it is to be miserable.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Agreed.
But this is a game changer because when you have a traumatic accident like this, I don't know where is that?
Right there.
Oh, right there.
Yeah.
Oh, there you are. So all the little lines on this side are all breaks, and all the lines on that side are breaks, and that white thing that's down on the left-hand side is bone that didn't know where to go, so it built a rebar. So not only did he have broken ribs, his diaphragm stopped expanding. So they had to go in and they split him open like a pea pod and shave those spots down. And then
What happened?
he was at work, and he reached down. He was they were moving granite pieces, and they had what I call soldier stones. And he reached in to pick up something in between, and one came off the sling and hit the stone at the top, and they all boop, boop, tipped like dominoes on him. And
Wow.
it's sometime, I'm not going to go into that too much because I would really like Travis to tell you his story. And in fact, I've been trying for years to get, I'm passionate about this, that how many people have fallen to their graves, how many people have lost a limb, how many people have been out of their natural environment because of an accident in the shed or in the quarries 100 years ago or today.
Yeah.
Other than Travis, I can't think of another name.
Mm-hmm.
I
only know one other person that was
you were
really badly injured, and
yeah,
yeah,
and their lives are forever changed along with their kids.
yeah.
So he's lucky now. He's got a son, 21, and believe it or not, I was cleaning out a house, working on a house, and Hunter didn't have any work. So I said, "Want to come paint with Grammy D?" Oh man! So he did.
Sounds like a party.
Well, he says, Grammy D, after a couple days, I really like this. Roll it up and roll it down.
Oh, my God.
Roll it up. Funny the way he was telling it. And I said, you want a different job? And he says, I said, show up Friday, have your hair combed, wear a decent shirt. We've got a job interview. And it was at the shed. And he was hired as an apprentice for sandblasting. And I was just afraid it would cause whipples in the family because you're going to relive this is going to happen to my son.
It's back in a shed.
But he is now, in a year, he is specialized in the roses. He can do the sandblasting of roses, the intricate, delicate parts. And I see the pride in himself and the respect from other people, artists in his area. And, and Chris has helped him along the way.
That's amazing.
Wow. Cheerleader. I'm a cheerleader.
I know you are. You got a big night coming up this weekend, and I want to talk about that. But
Yes.
First, Joe Edson's giving you a shout out this morning. He says he's known you since you owned the store in Barrie years ago.
Oh, cool.
What's that? Tell me about that.
Well, we had Champlain.
Moran's, who doesn't?
Come on.
We had the Champlain Farms in Montpelier.
Yeah.
And then Jack wanted to get, there's a campground out on East Montpelier.
Yeah.
And then the store came up. And I said, why don't you get the store? And so he did, and we worked that out. But then, we began to fall apart. Our middle name became More, and our last name became Never Enough. And I thought he was my problem, and then everything dissolved, and then 5 years I found out he wasn't my problem. I was my problem. Oh, my God.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so that's that, and we had the Prospect Street Deli, and
Yeah, but you guys, that was open for quite a while, though.
yes.
Yeah.
And then I can't remember who bought it. It was
I don't remember either.
a guy that used to work for the telephone company.
Yeah, I don't remember.
It's not easy work. It's not easy work.
No, you have to be there all the
Yes.
time.
And the store in Montpelier, they wanted us 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez, man.
So,
This when this in the weeks and the months after the July 10th flood, Raylene and I started seeing your name popping up just everywhere across our community.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing this, you're doing that, you're performing this benefit and that benefit, and man, the schedule that you kept and still keep at your age is remarkable. I couldn't keep up with that pace, and I'm younger than you. But man, it's like when the shit hits the fan in our community, you see the words Donna Thunder everywhere. Everywhere. What went through your mind when this was all happening? Were you like, hey, Chris, we need to buckle up here because we need to tune up our stuff because we're going to be out doing some shows?
poor Chris. Poor Chris.
I know.
I know.
Chris.
God bless Chris.
Oh, God.
It takes a special person. I don't make money. We don't make money. People think we're making money. If we're lucky, we might get $300 for a gig. Now you divide that down 5 ways. Then you pay for the gas, and you pay, and you give. And when you see, it's a kind of a selfish thing in a way, because I'm not feeling good about life sometimes. And I'll go up I went up to Wedgeridge. I came out of the hospital appointment. I had a mammogram. I was a little bit worried. And something said, turn right. Turn right. And I turned right. And then I turned left. And I was down at Woodridge.
Yep.
And I went in and I found one person. And here's this lady who I did the flowers for her wedding. And her husband is sitting beside her, holding her hand. Twice a day, every day, he goes up and feeds her, loves her. And then I saw this other lady who doesn't recognize her husband. But when you're engaging with him in that second, you're present. They're present. And they might not remember you the day you walk out. Then I went down the hall and there's like 12 people sitting around a table. And I whispered in, does anybody in there won't you come home, Bill Bailey? One lady, won't you come? Pretty soon, everybody's singing. Then I saw this lady who had fallen and broken four bones. She lost her son. She lost her husband within a couple of years. And she recognized me. Donna! So I left feeling like the richest woman in the world. Then I woke up the next day, and here was the Itty Bitty Shitty Committee again. So it's to help them, and it's to help me realize how precious life is. Even with all the things that's gone on, I'm so grateful for what I have in life. I'm losing my eyesight. I don't drive at night, per se. If you see me, move aside. And so this thing, we've been going down to the VFW every other Wednesday.
Yeah, for
Wing-a-ding.
Wing-a-ding.
Wing-a-ding and sing. Wing-a-ding and sing. And that's become popular. And there is for people, they come in and they have a great time. We have regulars like Bill Carroll that shows up.
Yeah.
Paul Sharon, Jan Johnson Pecor. And I'm starting to do an open mic once a month. I got to tell Chris.
Oh, gosh. Speaking of poor Chris.
Poor Chris. Yeah, I've got to tell him. Once a month down at the Den in Williamstown. Yes.
Chris doesn't even know this yet?
No.
Poor guy.
No. And he doesn't know we're doing a little Christmas thing. We're doing We're doing 2 Christmas things. One in Bradford underneath a big tent on December 16th. That's going to be a good one.
What if Chris is busy that day?
Too bad. I've actually he plays with bands up in Burlington that I'm not I'm not part of.
Yeah.
And so it almost happened this month. because I got a phone call from one of his connections, and you sure Chris is going to make it on the 15th?
Yeah.
I said, well, I had no idea. See, so it works two ways.
Oh my God! All right, so Saturday night, you're going to be at the VFW. Before
Yes.
you, who came up with Wing a Ding? That sounds like you named that thing.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, they're
Yeah.
winging and dinging.
winging and dinging.
You know what? I would like to have a podcast also, and I'd like to.
I know you would.
I think I'd like to call it "You Think."
Yeah.
God, I think
Why
the
not?
name.
Where-
I think the name of the podcast would probably change every month,
Yeah.
or maybe every week.
It could.
Chris
It could.
Benoit's giving you a shout out this morning.
Good morning. So, you
yeah.
know, on this VFW thing for the Johnny Cash,
Use your mic so we can
Oh.
hear you, honey.
on this thing for the VFW,
Saturday night.
yes. And so Bill Carroll, who is a musician from this area, he did a Johnny Cash tribute, wannabe,
Yeah.
at the Opera House many years ago,
Yeah.
along with Michael Mannion and a backup band. And I thought, wow, we haven't seen that for a long time.
Yep.
And Johnny Cash is always a popular
Yeah.
Right.
artist too.
Absolutely.
From way back till when he recorded, was it Kurt? What's his name? Kurt Cobain. Hurt. Did you look that song up of Johnny Cash? It's just Hurt.
Yeah, I've heard it, but I don't remember who he did that with.
So all the people that are coming are pulling in from various freebie groups that we've done before, and not like Alan Wood. That's my cousin up out of Milton, Vermont. He's a captain on one of the Champlain ferries, and he has a band, Jolly Rogers, and they come in full pirate outfits, all of them, and they're very, very popular. But look at that, coming all the way down to sing two songs and maybe do a little bit of work in the backup band.
That's awesome.
It's amazing.
Gail Oja is coming off from her farm in Randolph to come over and play. She plays the banjo. She does a lot of day events with me at nursing homes and churches.
Who was the first guy that you mentioned?
Bill Carroll.
Yeah.
William Carroll.
Yeah.
Funny.
He's got to be like, is he like the best Johnny Cash impersonator in the state or New England? I mean, he is
You're-
like.
I know.
Or are
one
you
that's
thinking
pretty
George
freaking
Richards?
Amazing.
I'm thinking George
Richards.
I'm thinking of George. Do you know
Yeah.
George?
I
George
don't
Richards.
know.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Is
Yes.
he still with us?
He's still with us,
Is
but
he
we
coming?
haven't heard back from him. He is
Oh.
I think there might have been a health issue, and
All right.
so, but he was, and I agree. So,
It's almost like you're talking to Johnny himself.
yes, yes, he took it on, heart, soul, and spirit, and
When you were talking about the song "Hurt," were you talking about Trent Reznor?
no, Kurt Cobain.
Oh, Kurt Cobain. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what? I know the songs. I really don't know artists, and don't ever ask me what key it is in. People in the stage are like, Donna, what
Right.
key? Don't just play it. I'll
Just
follow
do
you.
it. Yeah.
Right.
Don't start instructing me on stage.
Yeah. Well, I know.
Oh, that is it. Nothing will
Right,
make me
because you
sweat.
can just go with the flow.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Sacrilege.
Well,
if you
I
do
can't
that.
see.
Yeah.
Up on the stage, I can't see. I can't see this little stuff.
Right.
I can't see the edge of the stage. You gotta hold on to me. Say, hey, Donna.
Yeah.
You know.
Get back here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that
Is
has
that why you
affected
do the
my
bare feet?
partly. Yes, I'm steadier on my bare feet than I am
Yeah.
in shoes. So part of becoming, I don't want to say fragile.
Yeah.
When your eyesight's compromised, when your walking is compromised,
I hear you.
I've got to accept it, because if I don't, it puts me in a real miserable place. I am what I am.
Yeah.
I am what I am.
But
I am.
you're a musician, so your ears have to be, your hearing has to be good, but you're also an artist. You love a paintbrush and you love to write. So
Yes.
there's your eyesight. So
Yes, thank you.
which one's more
Exactly.
important? I mean, they both are.
Yeah.
Well, I think I'm going to keep doing whatever I'm doing, and my life will let me know which one's
Yeah.
not going to work anymore.
Yeah.
You know, there's so much. Somebody just turned me on to these things called craypaws. Never knew about them. Never heard about them. So if you know the sunset thing that I brought you,
Yeah.
so that was done with these things called craypaws, and this was done with craypaws.
Was that the one that was done on cardboard?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And so you put them on like crayons,
Yeah.
and then you take your watercolor brushes, and they turn into watercolor paints.
Oh.
Fabulous. And so my friend Meg Schroeder out of Cabot is the one that set me onto those.
Yeah.
You know, there's
You're everything. You're an artist. You're a writer. You're creative. You're a musician.
because I went to the back of the book and I made a list of everything I ever wanted to do.
Have we been skydiving,
No.
bungee jumping?
Weak bladder.
She didn't say that she'd gone batshit crazy. She says she has a list
There
of
is
stuff
no
she
way.
wants to do.
Can you imagine with my eyesight? You'd have to push me off the bridge. Oh my God! I throw my laundry basket down the stairs.
I'm with you. I don't.
I think you'd be willing to buckle up though
No.
for it.
But if you gave me a nice fast car on a racetrack, I'd go at it.
Oh my God!
Yeah, that I would do.
Yeah,
too,
what
but
the heck? Let's slam
no
that baby.
no jumping out of things or
My
off
first
of
car, a
things.
1969 fastback Barracuda.
Oh,
And I met a guy on the Eastbury Dam. What was his name? Bob. And he had a CUDA. Oh, I shouldn't probably be saying this. But anyway, it's out. Anyway,
you had a '69 fastback.
back Barracuda.
Oh,
Oh, I got into trouble with that car.
I'm sure you did. You would have been in more trouble if you were hanging out with me.
The police officer says, "Oh, you're Freddie Cahill's daughter. I think I'll stop in at his barber shop tomorrow and give him a talk to." I said, "Give me a ticket. Give me a ticket."
Oh my gosh.
Yes, give me a ticket.
Oh my gosh.
Because it was going to be much worse with my father. Oh my God. So
What's the fastest speed you got on that car that you can remember?
137.
Where?
Oh my goodness. Good for you.
I know.
Good
That's
Lord.
terrible, isn't it?
Just you're so wild, man.
And
I
you used
just
to have to
love it.
commute from Montpelier. Commute from Chelsea to Montpelier. Speaking of Chelsea, there's another place. I just got to do my first show at the Riverbend Residential Care Home,
Yeah.
and
how is that there?
it needs people,
It does.
and so they collected. Here are these people. They collected, put money in an envelope for me.
Oh.
And it touched me. So my intention is, I've got that money set aside, and I'm going to buy. It's boxes of musical instruments. It's like small tambourines and
Yeah.
those frogs, that like,
Yeah.
little shakers and bells and triangles. And I'm going to send it to them and tell them it's from Santa for Christmas. See?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Because they want to be part of whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
Well, the shoes are going to come off Saturday night
Yes.
at the VFW for this Johnny Cash tribute.
Yes.
Starts at 6 p.m. And the
Yes.
bottom line is that it is a benefit for veterans and their families in need. You've got
And all families in need.
yeah.
Whether you're a veteran or not, families in need, which is cool.
You have 12 acts, 12
Yeah.
live bands,
Not live bands,
Or
12
live
artists. Yes.
musicians.
And let me get this up here.
12.
Yeah.
You don't fool.
Ron Tucker.
You don't fool around, Donna.
Well, it's nerve-wracking. I get myself halfway
Trying
in.
to get it all coordinated
Yeah.
and who's going to do what
and then I get
where
in,
and
I'm up to
when.
my knees, and then you're like, what am I doing this for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've got your feet wet. You got to go. Ron Tucker
Yeah.
originally was a family out of Washington, farmers, and Ron now lives up in Colchester, I believe. Well, anyway, his wife, Bonnie, plays the fiddle, and she is now the person, if you go to the Tunbridge World's Fair and you listen to the Larkin Square Dancers or dancing, you will hear her playing
Wow.
every year. She's taken up where Harold Loof, the honorable, the most gracious man that I probably have known was the Honorable Harold Luce. What he did behind the scenes that nobody ever knew about. Grace, grace, grace upon him. You know, the same thing down at the Friday night meals that the churches are putting on. You know, you don't have to be homeless. You don't have to be hungry just to show up and
Right, to go and be
and
with
homeless
community.
to me does not mean helpless.
Yeah.
You know.
Wow.
Well, you know who knows. Well, I look at Will Gilman out of Chelsea, Vermont. These are people that have inspired me.
I haven't heard that name in a long time.
You know, Will's store. Look what happened to his store.
Yeah.
Somebody shot through his window. What?
Yeah. Right.
So I think it's our job, and you do it. Both of you do it. Is to how can we make people feel better in a time when a lot of people are feeling so sad.
Sure.
I'm sitting there eating pecan pie at Thanksgiving, thinking about a child who's lost his parents or halfway around the world.
Same here. I was doing the same thing.
You know what? Why?
Same thing.
You know, and then at the VFW, my favorite song to sing is "God Bless America," and we started singing that because we can make a difference.
Yeah. Yeah.
We can. I don't know who I don't.
Well, and you do a good job by doing that too. Just
Thank you.
I really enjoyed it.
thank you. And it's a and it took me so. Who is going to hire somebody my age? You know that. Oh, and I don't want to be known for the old lady that can sort of rock out. You know,
God, no.
Jesus.
No.
You know, but I have to swing my church pocketbook twice as much as somebody 30.
Yeah.
I
well,
can't.
Well said.
You know,
Well said.
I do. And speaking of that, Pastor Ray at the Methodist Church, what a voice, what a heart, what a soul, and they're different. You know, I used to go to this. You don't want to know about that. Well, anyway, we'll go on to something else. So I'm just going to say Alan Wood, Padraig, and he's traveled the world. He just was in Ireland. Gail Oja, Dave Brissett is going to come do a couple of songs. He plays around Barry. He plays at
Ladder
One.
The Meltdown.
Yes.
Yeah.
If I can get hold of this fellow Morgan, I got to try and get him. He showed up at one of our wing-a-dings, started playing Johnny Cash. Was phenomenal.
Stop it.
He might be a no-show, but I hope not. Dominic Mitchell, another awesome musician, guitarist. Rudy Rudell out of Tunbridge, Vermont. True salt of organic. Turn the earth over and you've got a Rudy Rudell. He does a farm up there on the hill. And a person, too, that has had clouds come over his life. And wait till you hear this guy. Just phenomenal. So Elaine Parker out of Tennessee, Little Miss Lane, she talks like this. She's going to do Word Man's Blues.
Damn.
Yes. Rebecca Padula out of Heinsberg, Vermont, associated with Mama Tried Band, fabulous little band. Rick Polari and her have collaborated on many efforts. Donna Gregoire, old-time Vermonter. She's going to be joining us for part of the Ma Bell set of this. My partner, Chris, will be doing some songs with Michael Mannion, another person that gives so much to the community. Michael Mannion, Bill Carroll. Tommy T might show up. Tommy T. Tutos Cajon.
So you say another guy that does I think at the Den, some point, we should do something like this, some sort of thing like this, and call it Hometown Heroes.
Ooh, good one.
And
good
literally have all of these people that truly have a crazy talent,
Listen to
are
that.
blessed beyond measure, and are constantly giving back, but we don't ever hear about them. Nobody knows.
Yeah.
You
See,
know?
and they get so
Great
stuck.
idea.
It's hard to. It's like, how do I say this? But as I say, Montpelier musicians have an easier time of entering Barrie world
Yeah.
than Barrie musicians entering Montpelier world.
Yes.
And you've got to. I don't know what it takes to get into some places. You know, because sometimes people think that I'm always full throttle. I can do jazz. I can do, if you listen to the songs that I wrote about my son and his journey of recovery, once in a while. That is not rock. Yesterday I stopped out by, here's another one, Colin McCaffrey.
Yeah.
Who am
love.
I? Who am I to be able to even be in the room that is, he is a phenomenal person and he worked with me. I don't know anything about music. I only feel it.
Yeah.
And so I'd heard he'd had a hard time. And Mark LeGrand talk about Honky Tonk Fridays.
Lovesick Band.
Lovesick Band. He is in tough shape right now. And none of these people know that because I started feeling true feelings when I got older.
Yeah.
When people entered my life, they entered my being, my presence. They helped me. They helped me. And Mark was one of the first ones he ever heard that I wrote a song, and he appreciated my songwriting because it is about love. It's about, staying number one. Who wants to be number two? I don't. Except at work, it's better to be number two because when you're number one, it's a struggle always to be number one. I learned that the hard way.
God.
Scott Graves, Gravetone Guitars.
Yeah.
With his new band that he's got going, he's coming and performing.
Speaking of Scots, do we have Campbell coming?
Scott Campbell isn't coming. I wish he was. I love Scott Campbell.
Oh, yeah.
There again, he helps me. He brought me into his studio, and he ran a line from his studio out to his living room, and I didn't know if that meant I was bad or good. But Scott is, the cheerleaders. I'll call him relatively new people. So, I appreciate everything. And I appreciate when I was backing up to go to Woodridge, and that voice told me to go right. My job now is to listen to that voice. I'll show up at Rowan Court, and I'll go get this fellow that likes to listen. I said, "Do you remember me?" He said, "Nope." He said, "But I think I'd like to get to know you."
Well, that's, partly that's because you're blonde and you got big boobs.
Right.
Come on.
Those are socks. No.
Let's be honest here. You love to play in nursing homes and skilled nursing facilities and hospitals and just everywhere, man. Remember, Raylene, when Donna was rocking out the motorcycle benefit for breast cancer.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I do.
Over at Gusto's.
Wow.
We had so
that
much
was-
fun.
That
Jeez.
was fun, was it?
Yes,
That's
and
what I can say.
everybody loved having you there.
And it
Yeah,
and
they
it
did.
wasn't
Perfect.
about me. My butt's ringing.
And you're she's there rocking out at Gusto's to a crowd that, is a biker crowd.
And they loved it.
Who's in there, they're, rockers. Rockers.
They were
And you're up
Sue
there.
Walker and Diane Tabor,
Yeah.
Shalou,
You're up there at 70.
Tracy Watson. Go Tracy. Tracy's back in that saddle again, fighting for her life. I think they know the sincerity. I mean,
Yeah.
my
But you know how to keep a crowd that wants to party. And you're at 70 years old, you're doing that? Damn.
I
woman.
have to mention Al Roy. Al Roy was our drummer, and he's had to just step back a little bit. And so none of this is, I can't do this by myself. I mean, I can go sing in a nursing home or but that's not what brings me joy.
Yeah.
My joy is helping you understand that you can do what I'm doing. So grab this guitar and start.
Yeah. You were a late bloomer.
Oh my God. I almost went back into the ground for winter. It was so late.
So what happened? You woke up one day, you had an epiphany, you said, to hell with this shit, I'm going to rock.
It wasn't a conscious. When I met Chris 17 years ago. My mom had passed away, and the year after that, I met him at Danny's Pub, and I was working for an insurance company, so I was all dressed up with, insurance 3-piece clothes.
Yeah.
And I met Chris inside, and I said, "Would you help me?" And he saw that I had a capo, and he never played with anybody that played with capo. I didn't know it was called a cheater's stick. Well, anyway, he helped me. He went his way, I went my way. I was getting out of something, he was getting out of something. I was out planting tomatoes, and who comes walking up the hill but Chris? I said, "Hey, want to come in and jam?" So he came in and jammed, and he came back for 6 months. Never stayed. He did stay, but he would be downstairs, I'd be upstairs. And then he moved away, and my world went upside down. So in December, I went to New York with my PT Cruiser, and I fetched him home.
Come on.
And so we've been together 16 years. Fast forward a year after we met, we're going upstairs to the upper bed chambers, and he turns around and looks at me, and he goes, "You're bringing your guitar to bed with you?" I said, "Well, are you planning on taking all night?" So he said, "You must be the most guitar pickingest woman I've ever met." And so he understands. He doesn't try to change my energy.
Yeah, no.
Some days I come down, and believe it or not, I'm quiet. I don't want to talk.
Heaven help the man who would try to, though.
Impossible. But when I'm in that place where I'm stuck in that old stuff,
Yeah.
That's making me feel crazy.
Yeah.
Let's go for a ride, Donna.
Yeah.
Let's go for a ride.
Mm-hmm.
And then, let's go there, Chris. Let's go there. Let's go to the walk to the top of the mountain. I don't care if we don't have ski clothes on. Let's just go.
Mm-hmm.
And there you have it.
He grasps life like you do. And he's a few years younger than you.
Holy moly. You must have been a beautiful baby. 'Cause baby, look at you now.
You didn't babysit Chris when you were a few years younger, did you?
Do you know Chris? Really?
I've met him
Through me?
at your shows. And
Did you
stuff.
see how I
Yes.
slid that right off?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah. So,
Wow.
he is younger. I think he's.
They don't call it cougar for nothing.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I think in some ways, we've helped each other.
Mm-hmm.
He's very shy. He is very shy. In fact, I kid him. I said, "Well, how did you work your mojo?" He said, "I didn't. I was the light at the end of the bar. The moths just fly to me." I went, "Oh my God."
Wow.
And I just got a big kick out of that. But he's very, very shy.
Yeah.
So my ability to care about people in the audience. I'm not singing to everybody. I'm singing to I'm singing to you. I'm singing to you.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And we were playing up at Bayside up in St. Albans, and Chris is singing to one girl while I'm up on stage. And I kind of looked over my sunglasses.
Did you flip the glasses up?
Yes, I did.
Let me see that.
No, we never get into it on stage. You would never know. And then I had to sit and think about it. What was it that was bothering me? And I restrained my pen and tongue, but I get quiet.
Mm-hmm.
I get.
Look out! Look out!
And I guess people notice it when I get quiet.
Mm-hmm.
And so I told them, I said, it really bothered me while I was up on stage that you were playing to just one person. And you're the one that told me to get more active with the audience. And I said, the audience, not one person.
Yeah.
So, I still have my itty bitty shitty committee that I have to work with.
Mm-hmm.
And because am older, at times my ego will flare up, and I'll think, what am I, what do they call it? An egomaniac with an inferiority complex.
Yeah.
So, but we were able to work it through, and that's the beauty. That is the beauty. And I've changed once I found out that my ex we had problems, but he wasn't the problem.
Mm-hmm.
And it took me that period of time to look at myself, which was very, very hard. And I had help with my friends. Maura Quinn. Oh, my God.
Yeah, Maura. Yeah.
Maura, you know, that.
Great lady.
Oh, isn't she?
Yeah. You know, when you played at the, Raylene and I are going to have a laugh here. You got to tell the story. When you were playing in the park, in Berry City Park. I'm sorry, Courier Park.
Courier
This past summer.
Yes.
Maura, such a kind person. She gave me her chair that night. Raylene, you tell.
Well, because you broke the one I brought for you. He was sitting in it, and the chair broke, and you were going to be standing, even though
the whole fucking bottom ripped
well,
out.
it did. The whole bottom of it ripped out. Like literally, all of a sudden, he was in the chair, legs up. He was in the chair. It was pretty funny.
In front of everyone.
Yes. But thankfully, Donna was performing, and not many people were paying attention to you, J.D.
Thankfully.
Green.
Yes. God, I looked like an asshole.
The one that we did before that, do you remember the one that, and Tommy T was dressed like the Mad Hatter, and it was like 100 degrees.
I missed that one.
That's the first time I felt, I thought I was going to faint on that one. And we knew so many people, and they know that we love to have them. We had people walking in and out of that stage all night, and people that are like Johnny Badeau, Gigi. I love Gigi.
Yes.
You know, and don't touch you. They want to like cling and clang on everything. His name is Harley. It was one of his first times up on stage. And to see him today, you know, to think you have a piece of kids growing up. You know, Lily. I can remember meeting Lily when she went on a little pink bike out at Ricker Pond.
Yeah.
And she comes running up to me and throws her arms around me. And she goes, I love you. You remind me of my dead Grammy who's in heaven.
Oh,
Yeah.
But it was so sweet. You know, so that's a magic moment for me. And I think of all the people around me that have magic moments in spite of their handicaps, in spite of their lack of confidence. You know, my stepdaughter had cancer. And not only my stepdaughter, my partner, Chris, had cancer. And you don't realize, you think it's bad, you think it's horrible for anybody else. But when it's in your own household,
Yeah.
and sometimes you don't know what to say, and sometimes just saying and sitting and just holding one's hand until that wave of anguish passes. That's, to me, is knowing grace. You know, know when to show them and know when to hold them.
Yeah.
Because there's some things we just can't help somebody with it other than just a soul sitting beside a soul.
I'll never forget having Jimmy T
Oh my God.
on the aired out. And listen, if I ever made a mistake, it was that I didn't have you and Jimmy T on at the same time. 'Cause
Jimmy T.
I think someone would have been arrested.
Can you believe it? I couldn't believe it. We opened up for him up in North Hero. Me, who the hell am I? And people say, well, I couldn't get anybody else. No, I don't care about.
Who to you?
You know, I was like, because I'm like a kid at Christmas. I get to play on the same stage with Jimmy T.
Did you ever see the Cobras or
I remember vaguely having a gown on out in Williamstown at the casino.
yeah, the Skyview.
Skyview Casino. And Jimmy T and I think the Cobras are playing. And I remember another evening with a gown on up at the Barry Auditorium, Jimmy T and the Cobras. But I don't remember the rest of the night.
Sure you don't. What's it like if we lost Ray Burke tomorrow? what would you say would be your most memorable time shared on stage?
Years ago, we had an opportunity to play at the Chandler. Now, to people like Starline were the boys, Dave Keller, Patty Casey, Chad Hollister. See, I'm the one with the measuring stick here, right? So here's Dave Keller, Chad Hollister. That's where I place him. And I place me here. So that's an inside job. We're all equal. We all want something in this world. And getting Ray Burke put me up here in my heart. He is known throughout the state, throughout New England. And, to get him up on stage to play with us. And that night, that was one of the few shows that my son actually was at. My son and his grandchildren were up on the opera setting up above. And I was more nervous about that than I'd ever been. And because some of the songs that I was singing were about my son. And if you get a chance to go online and look up on Spotify, Blue Moon Rising is an album that we made up in Burlington, Vermont with Quinny Quinville, Frank Provic, Cooper on drums. And there's one up there, it's called I'm Having a Breakdown in the Breakdown Lane. When you're kind of witnessing a loved one going through their breakdown. And there's a lesson for them to learn if they could only learn it. Because if they don't, they're going to have that lesson come around and around and around until they finally say, okay, I've got something to listen to here. But anyway, back to Ray Burke. So Ray, on footage, you can look it up on in Randolph, the footage that we have. Ray Burke, his back is to the audience because he didn't know where front was. Excuse me. So
well, he's blind.
Yeah, he's blind. Fabulous person to work with, to sit with. So he said, Donna, call me what I am. Introduce me as Blind Man Burke. Because then they're going to know what's up with me. So then we took his horn case and we put it in back of him and backed his heels up to the horn case so that he would know where front was.
Yeah.
So that, I mean, my life would be so different in so many ways. Unfortunately, when his son Kelly, who look up live from Donna's house, you're going to see Kelly. You're going to see a lot of these musicians singing. When he passed, it was a piece of the soul was left, and then we help now to honor. And that's the only thing I could think with Ray Burke is continuing to honor him. I've been asked to do a show on May 4th. I don't know if it's going to be at the Elks Club. It's going to be a major deal for the senior citizen. And I'm hoping to have Ray Burke be part of that. If anybody in the show should be there, it should be Ray Burke.
Yeah.
So, love him, love Renee, love his family. Sam Burke.
Sam.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
He played drum for us at the Tunbridge World's Fair.
Yeah.
When we were...
And a bass player. Oh my God.
And
we got to hear Sam, too, when Amtrak reopened.
Yeah.
And he was with that, what is that jazz band?
Americana Blue?
Americana Blue. That they
so good.
absolutely loved listening to them. It was great. But
It was a
so
great day.
this is happening this Saturday night. It's
Yes.
it is a benefit show.
6
No.
p.m.
Yes, no tickets at the door. There, you don't have to reserve a seat. There'll be a cash bar, VFW, and the kitchen will be open to purchase wings. They have fabulous wings. And I just wanted to give a shout out to the regulars at the VFW who show up and support the Wing a Ding night.
Yeah.
Sheila Oterio Cuero, absolutely Vicky,
Maurice.
yes. Ka-chang, ka-chang. you know,
Ron Tolman.
Ron Tolman. He is actually going to be doing a special song with two people, and he's in Arizona, I think, right now. And he sent me a text message. Will you send me the words to the song, Donna? It's going to be good. To get them involved, you know.
Ron Tolman's gonna sing.
Yes, he is.
I
So-
hope I get to go. I hope I get to go.
Me too. I think
Wow.
I'd like to be able to set up something. Maybe we could go live with it.
Oh, I can go live up there because I can just do it from my phone and connect to their internet.
You know, if I haven't, I just want to mention so many people. JD, you have been one of the people that at night when my son was going through his thing, I would reach out to you because I knew you understood emotional pain. And, you know, with Raylene, I know she understands emotional pain. And as people, we're more alike than we are different, I believe.
Yeah.
So,
true.
prayers out for Mark LeGrand and his Love Sick Band. And
Well, Saturday
We'll
night,
see you Saturday night.
VFW,
Wow,
6
Saturday night.
p.m. Walk the line for veterans. It's cash.
Yeah, bring cash.
Make your
Bring cash.
donations.
It's all
do
going
all
to
of your-
our local veterans.
yes.
And my God, I mean, Raylene and I say this
Mm-hmm.
every time. If there's anything ever going on in our community that has anything to do with veterans,
Yeah,
by
absolutely.
God, we will bump. We
Anything to
we
do
have
that.
bumped and we will bump anything aside
Oh,
to
bless you. That's
to put our veterans first.
yes.
We'll always be that way. That'll always be a priority of Aired Out.
And on the heels of that, we should say that there are still Calcutta tickets available
Yes.
as well for the show that I did last week with Veterans Place.
Yes.
And the ladies.
Lisa Crowning Shield.
Yes, there's
Yes.
9 tickets left for that Calcutta. The link's on the page, and let's get those sold. It's going to be an amazing event, a meal, and I mean you're supporting an amazing cause, and it's going to be great fun. And the grand prize is $3,000.
Ooh.
So
Winner, chicken dinner.
Yeah, so we've got they've got that going on as well, and that just got posted again. I've just recently shared that again and get that out there.
We're hoping to have a hand painted guitar that will be
Auctioned off.
off on Saturday night. Too.
Awesome,
Is,
Donna.
Raylene, is there anything else before we wrap up in the community calendar
that went
we wanna-
fast.
that we want to hit?
I don't think that there's anything that we have to hit.
Well, we
as
got
far
the
as
Wednesday
community
night
stuff, we have
Kung Pao chicken.
well the Kung Pao
What's that?
chicken, of course, is the
That's a delicatessen.
Wednesday takeout meal at
Kung Pao
Delicatessen.
chicken?
Yep.
Yes. We already said that it's Ladies' Day over at Vermont Quick Loop.
Yes.
And then tonight over at the Den in Williamstown is the kickoff Wednesday of the pool tournaments that are going to
Oh,
continue
yes.
to happen there every Wednesday going forward at the Den in Williamstown. So all the details for that are up on the page as well. And go grab a bite to eat.
Yeah.
They have practice time, and then the tournament itself kicks off.
And Donna, they're doing Thursday night square dancing over at the Den.
They do the line
line
dancing.
dancing.
And they get
same thing.
No, it's not. Not even close.
is rock and roll like stripping.
Right. Good gracious.
What did I say? Square dancing?
Yes.
So on
What
top
an
of that,
asshole I am.
January 10th, I got to let Chris know. January 10th, I think, will be the first open mic at the Den. If you want to come bring an instrument, we'll have a basic sound system set up. Jeff is looking forward to that. We are too. We used to do it down to Gus's, and they've got tons of stuff going on. So, Chris Martin will be heading that one up. I do believe he doesn't know it yet.
I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome, and I love that you're going to be up there at the Den. They're a presenting sponsor for us. We love them. We it's a great place to be, and I really have high hopes and hope to see it be like it was in the old days, where we can just go and have fun and
Yes.
dance and listen to good music, and
Yes.
yeah, I really do.
It's a great venue. It's you got plenty of room to dance. And
Yeah.
it's just fun.
I was trying to think when it was the Country Music Club.
Yeah.
Was that Saldy?
Yes,
I think it
yes.
was. Yes.
And like I remember Diamonds in the Rough.
Yeah,
were
it was
one of the bands.
so much fun.
Yeah.
Fill in the Blanks
Yes.
was
Yeah,
another
yeah.
I
band.
remember that. I
Fill
remember
in
Phil
the-
the Blanks.
Yep.
Yes.
Do you remember Downpour?
I do. I remember.
You remember
Yes, I
Downpour?
do. Yes, I do. I mean, those were the good old
Gee,
days. Those
can't-
were.
Well, they're trying
You
trying
know?
hard to bring it back.
Yes, they are.
I mean,
Yes.
look at how long the winters
they're
are up
gonna
here.
do it.
Oh, my
but
God.
They need our help to bring it back. You know, we really got to start packing that house, and we need to keep them around.
Listen, Donna.
Yes.
One of these days.
Oh, you these?
I'm gonna come over to your house and we're gonna have some fun, you and I.
Yes.
All right. I mean, Chris can be there if he wants to. I'm just saying. You know what I'd love to. You know what I'd love to do?
What?
I would love to come over to your house sometime, Donna Thunder, and just get a little crazy.
Well, I'd put you on the bass.
Would you?
Oh, heck yeah.
Would we,
I could have you playing a full rock song
Yeah.
on the bass, fully with, a Kiss outfit on.
What about a little?
Oh, I forgot about that.
You did what now? You forgot about that? I didn't.
Well, you have your glasses all bent out.
Wait.
You look like you're on upside down, for
No, they're
Christ's
not.
sakes.
Just you and I, Donna. All right.
What you got?
My God. Have a great day, everyone. We love
Have
you.
a great day. Don't forget to go say hi to Mary at the library. Good God. 911, no?
It's possible.